Red Bluff city leaders move forward with plans to improve accountability from civic leaders. Recent storms spell great news for our local reservoirs, now brimming with water. And as tensions escalate with Iran, a travel advisory is issued for Americans in Israel.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
A live lookout on this first, or I should say actually a last Friday of February shows a pretty nice day outside. This is the tower camera as we look out from Bloomer, and this is overlooking Lake Oroville. High clouds, but also some blue skies there and warmer temperatures. Meteorologist Mikkel Hannah Harding has a look at what to expect ahead.
Well, hey there, Linda. We are taking a look from Bald Eagle Mountain in Plumas County. There were some areas of patchy fog earlier, but at least here we're talking about some clearer conditions, and you can see the snow-covered ground here and also off in the distance some of the snow-covered mountaintops out there. As we look towards the forecast for today, we aren't talking about any snow or rain, but warm temperatures that could be melting the snowpack. How about some 60s and 70s in the northern mountains for today? Partly cloudy skies as we head down through the Sierra and the southern Cascades. Plenty of 60s to go around, so again, a lot of snow that could be melting out there for today. 70s for the foothills, 70 to 71 for Magalia and Paradise. And as we head towards the North Valley, 78 to 77 between Redding and Anderson. Chico, we could challenge a record high from 1986, the forecast high 76. We'll look at the forecast in more detail coming up.
All right, thank you, Mikkel. The Red Bluff City Council is cracking down on elected officials who aren't fulfilling their duties and could soon stop paying the city treasurer. At next Tuesday's meeting, the council could approve an accountability ordinance for elected officials if they don't show up for meetings or don't perform the job requirements. They won't get paid. The city manager told Red Bluff's elected city treasurer may stop getting paid altogether.
I just want to be a good steward, and the city of Red Bluff wants to be a good steward of the public's funds, and we're paying for a service that we're not currently getting.
He said the city treasurer hasn't been providing required financial reports for the last 2 years. Now, this is Donna Gordy when she was sworn into office in 2016. A photo from the Red Bluff Daily News. She's been the elected treasurer in Red Bluff for 18 years. The city council put Measure P on the ballot in 2024 to make the treasurer and clerk positions appointed instead of elected, so they would report directly to the city manager. But Measure P was rejected by voters. The final vote on the accountability ordinance is Tuesday night. If it passes, Westbrook says the city could start withholding Gordy's pay starting in April if she does not produce the required financial reports. A Butte County man who ran a multi-county theft scheme has admitted to 16 counts of grand theft. 42-year-old Matthew McCraney pleaded no contest. Butte County DA said he stole more than $21,000 in merchandise from Home Depot and Lowe's. This happened in Butte, Sutter, and Yolo counties. McCraney will be sentenced to 12 years, 8 months in prison at his sentencing hearing March 26. We have new details about the Chico woman at the center of the high-profile lawsuit against social media platforms. She took the stand in Los Angeles, testifying about the harm social media caused her growing up in Chico. Now, these are sketches from the courtroom Thursday. They show 20-year-old Kaylee, who grew up in Chico, testifying before a jury, saying she used social media all day long as a child. Her attorney showed photos of her from childhood in a quiet Chico cul-de-sac with memories of themed birthday parties and family trips. Kaylee said most arguments with her mom were over phone use and that she started using YouTube at age 6, Instagram at age 9. Attorneys representing Meta and Google-owned YouTube have argued that Kaylee turned to their platforms as a coping mechanism or a means of escaping mental health struggles and turbulent home life. She still lives with her mom in Chico and works as a personal shopper at Walmart. Water is being released down the spillway at Lake Oroville after recent storms. We have video from our sister station, KCRA, which took a helicopter flight over the lake yesterday. DWR told Action News Now that water releases have been paused from the spillway in January and February because of dry weather, but that after the recent storms last Friday, the total Feather River releases were increased from 4,000 cubic feet per second to 10,000 for flood protection. Water being released both through the spillway and the Hyatt Powerhouse. This morning, the lake was at 862 feet, up about 8 feet in the last week. For the first time, a former president is testifying before Congress under subpoena. Former President Bill Clinton being deposed today as part of the House Oversight Committee's investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Bradley Blackburn has the very latest from New York.
There is tight security outside the Chappaqua Performing Arts Center Friday, where the House Oversight Committee is questioning former President Bill Clinton under oath about his relationship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein was in the White House 17 times while Bill Clinton was president. We know that Bill Clinton flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane at least 27 times. So those are questions that we're going to ask.
The former president appears in multiple photos in the Epstein files. Both he and Hillary Clinton have denied knowing about Epstein's crimes, and neither has been accused of any wrongdoing.
We're like most people. They did not know what he was doing. And I think that that is exactly what my husband will testify to.
The former Secretary of State testified for more than 6 hours Thursday.
I don't know how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein.
The closed-door depositions come after the Clintons were threatened with being held in contempt of Congress. Democrats on the committee are calling for other high-profile names to testify.
We are now asking and demanding that President Trump officially come in and testify in front of the Oversight Committee.
The committee chair said they may call Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to testify. A photo of Lutnick in the blue shirt with several others on Epstein's Island was removed from the Justice Department website, but has now been restored. Lutnick has said he barely had anything to do with Epstein and has not been accused of any wrongdoing. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
In his prepared opening statement for the committee, former President Clinton said, in part, as someone who grew up in a home with domestic abuse, if he had any inkling of what Epstein was doing, he would have turned him in. President Trump is still debating whether to carry out military strikes on Iran. Peace talks were held in Europe yesterday. More talks are coming, and in the meantime, military buildup continues. Fears of an attack are leading to the evacuation of some U.S. personnel in the Middle East. The State Department issued an advisory today authorizing non-emergency U.S. government personnel and their family members to leave Israel due to safety risks. And Pakistan's defense minister says his country is in an open war with Afghanistan after the two countries traded cross-border military strikes. The latest violence started Thursday night when the Taliban launched what it called retaliatory attacks on military installations in northwest Pakistan. The increase in violence threatens to further destabilize a region where terrorist groups like the Islamic State and Al-Qaeda are trying to remobilize. Still ahead, we'll tell you why U.S. measles cases reached an alarming high just 2 months into the year. And Inspire School of the Arts and Sciences brings Big Fish the Musical to the stage in Paradise next week with a live orchestra.